by the late great Gerald Levert. A question to you that we didn't ask in the morning show: are you guys still cool with the rest of the Levert family, like Eddie, the remaining members of Levert?
I was fortunate enough to do a play with Eddie after all the stuff that happened. They did a play based on Gerald's music called "Baby Hold On to Me," and yeah, he said it was hard for him to talk to us at first because he said every time he talked to us, it just reminded him of Gerald and Sean. And I got that, so I let him breathe. But he just so I know for me, I do reach out to the kids. AB, his cousin, who's like ran a lot of the touring and travel and stuff back in the day, is trying to help us with some things right now. But I try to, with all my fallen soldiers, I try to reach out to all of their families, and I was always cool with a lot of his cousins and stuff because I hung out in Canton anyway. So yeah, I am definitely.
Nice, nice, nice. You too, Jason. You still have a rapport with the Levert family?
Uh, it's one of those things where we don't keep in touch, but I have mad love for them, and every now and again, maybe somebody will reach out on social media and we'll talk briefly. The only
Mm-hmm.
person that I really the only person that I constantly speak to is AB, their cousin. But I just saw Big Joe Bailey, who was Gerald's road manager slash security
Security.
slash thing. I saw him when Dave and I were awarded, and we were given an honor of being awarded a couple of weeks ago, and it was good to see some of them. I did a tribute to Gerald back in July of 2019, I think it was, and I saw a lot of the family, his mom before she passed away. So it was
Mm.
good to see everybody. Yeah.
Awesome. God bless. Now, you guys said that you guys, obviously, you were discovered by Gerald Levert. A lot of people don't know the backstory behind that because you guys shared so many wonderful memories in the studio, and obviously, you toured with them and things of that nature. What is the best advice that Gerald Levert gave you in the studio, or even on the road? Yeah, either one of you guys can answer.
Go ahead, Dave.
Of course, why not me? I know I used to have on the road. He used to always be like, man, these cats don't know how to be stars, man. They don't know how to be stars, man. They don't know how to take this opportunity and do with it what they need and what they're supposed to do with it. Then for me personally, I used to have problems in the studio. I would freeze up and get nervous with him and stuff like that. And he was like, it got brutal. He would be like, man, what the f you doing, man? Get the f out. Jay, go in there and finish it. And the actors be like, man, what's wrong, man? What's up with you? And I'd be like, man, I don't know. When we not in here, I'm nailing it and killing it, doing the runs and all the rest of the stuff. It's like when I come in here, I just kind of like freeze up. He was like, he said, man, we know you can do it. We all know you can do it, but you got to let the mic know you can do it. And that microphone could be an intimidating source of intimidation on a
Facts,
regular
but
basis.
you
Yeah.
kill it. You kill it. That's for sure. Both of y'all do. Jason, same question. Any memories?
Yeah,
Any
same thing
advice?
for me, man. I remember I had a one of my most vivid memories. I was always I won't say shy, but I was
Spoiled.
always critical of myself, of my abilities. Like I didn't think that I was really good at all, or I was always down on myself. And I remember one time we were somewhere, and I had this like "woe is me" look on my face, and Eddie, Gerald's father, pulled me to the side. He pulled me to the side, man, and y'all forgive me because I'm just repeating what the man said to me. He pulled me to the side. He said, "What the fuck is wrong with you, man? What the fuck is wrong with you?"
Yep.
And
Who said that?
I
Eddie
said,
Levert
Eddie.
"Pops,
or
man,
Gerald?
Eddie.
this is Eddie. This is the father. This is Eddie." He pulled me to the side and was like, "What the fuck is wrong?" I said, "Pops, I don't feel like I got it. I just don't feel like I got it. I'm not good enough." He was like, "Shut the fuck up. Shut that shit up. Shut it up
Yep.
now. You're one of the most special singers I've ever come across. Shut that bullshit up. Shut the fuck up and go out there and show these people what the fuck you know how to do." I was like, "Okay, my bad." But to hear him, legendary to hear the legendary Eddie Vert from the OJs tell me that he's special,
Two
I think that
leaders.
really carried me through the rest of
Right.
my career. Because not we all lie and say we don't need no validation. I don't care what people think, but that helped me to hear that validation come from somebody who had been in the game that long. It was a blessing to me, man, and has carried me. I often pull back to that memory and think about that if I'm feeling kind of down and out about what I do. So Eddie, he was a blessing to me, man.
I could just imagine, and almost intimidating because they have powerhouse voices, and you guys have powerhouse voices. Did they know you guys' voice was just as powerful? Because that now Gerald, and woo 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 woo, but y'all have the melodies and the flavor as well. But did they know you guys had the same amount of power in your voices as well, or this is something that they had to find out for themselves later on?
Well, I would like to say yes. Shout out to my son, Michael Champion. He's in the building. That dude
Nephew.
is one heck of a singer, man. That's a singing dude,
Man.
singing, dancing. But I
Yeah,
would like
nephew
to think
called.
that Gerald knew when he signed when he signed us, because the way when you go back and listen to those records, I was just listening to Let's Talk About It yesterday, or was it Will You Marry Me? I was listening to Will You Marry Me, and
Woo.
I was listening to how he positioned Dave and I. Why would he let Dave set the song up and then me come behind Dave and be the second voice to come behind and do the high, you know,
Right.
just the way he did it. He knew he had a formula. He knew that that's what was going to work, and I like to think that he knew exactly what he was getting with Dave and
He
I.
set us
And
up
Dave
like we
often
was the new mother LJs.
Dave says all the time that he really wasn't a singer on that first album. Looking back, he like, man, everybody was talking about Jason,
What?
Jason, Jason. He's like, I really wasn't. I had to go get my chops up. But listening to some of them records, man, dude, I just commented in the on the Stax radio interview we did. You was singing the bejesus out of
I'm
Good Things
telling
Don't
you.
Last, dude. You was singing.
That was
You
that
was
was
singing,
after I
dog.
went and go.
You
I
was
had to go
singing.
get it.
You was
I
singing.
mean, that was then. On that second album, I was ready. But I mean, that first album, when we was recording, I was all like nervous and locked up. Like I had diarrhea. I mean, like I had constipation of the throat. I couldn't. It just wouldn't come out the way we'd be out somewhere, and I was like, "Yo, why can't I do this in the box?" And I had to go get it. I went and got it, though. I got it.
Oh, y'all got it. I don't know
Man, I
what you
still
thought
do
that
that.
you wasn't doing on the
Still
first
do that
album.
today. Killing in the shot. What I'm saying? Like, what is that?
hmm Y'all both killed it. I'm sorry. And the pairing was good. The look, the flavor, just the delivery. Who was responsible for helping y'all vocals get there? Because y'all vocals are no joke, especially together and individual.
Gerald did the vocal production, or he would let us, do our thing. But he did the majority of, especially for me, of make doing the vocals, because a lot of the times he would cut the songs, man, and then he would give them to us, and we would learn them on the fly or whatever. We would take it home or whatever. But I remember this one. Remember that one version of I'm missing home. What record was that? It was I think it was Good when he demoed it and we took it home. Remember he was I wish I could find that. It's on a cassette somewhere where he was cussing and going crazy on at the end of the record. Man, but yeah, he was responsible for most of that. But when we got to the second album, we were in our own. Like a lot of times they would leave us at the studio and we was just like, let's just rock, let's go, because we knew what to do. We already had the blueprint, so we just kind of built our own house off that.
Nice, and then y'all delivered definitely. So the track "Use Me," which was one of the biggest classic records that you guys created together. What was the concept behind "Use Me"? I always want to ask that song "Use Me." What was the concept behind it? Like I was just thinking about a girl or whatever.
Nah, I guess usually I guess in our usual tradition of what we try to do is pay homage to the ladies, and I think "Use Me" was like, "Look, I'm here for you, baby. Just use me. Are you hungry? I got a house and a home. Are you driving? I got a limo outside. Don't be walking. Won't you come and take a ride? I want It was just about an ode to the ladies and just taking care of this particular woman that we were, fascinated by.
Nice, nice. Cause y'all saying that the visual was definitely there, and shout out to Levert. Both the brothers was there. Um,
Yeah,
and
that
I
was
hate to bring
classic.
this up. I hate to bring this up. I do because I knew you guys were really, really close. And Jason, if there's a signal problem, tag me so I could like call you back in here, love. Um, when you got the news about the tragic deaths of both the Levert brothers, did did
Man,
you know like it was something personal and deep going on inside of both of them, and it
I
was
think,
some yeah.
as a black man, um, now, understand, it's like almost 20 years later, just understanding more about life and the things that you go through. I know that they both were probably struggling with something on the inside, what they were going through. I know for a fact. Um, I think Gerald always felt like he never got the gratification that he should have
Right.
gotten. And then, after a while, to me, Atlantic wasn't treating him as the groundbreaking artist that they had. You know what I'm saying? They weren't really. I think so. But when that happened, I think they both probably. I know for a fact Sean was going through some stuff, but as far as like Gerald, I don't know because we were, at the time we had separated from the company and everybody was doing what they were doing on their own. I had moved on, and
Mm-hmm.
but I still was like I would be in plays with Sean all the time. Me and Sean were like we did like probably like 3 or 4 plays together, and it was like we were always either brothers or we
Yeah.
were, um, I worked for him. I was his henchman or something like that. And we eventually got really, really close because my guy was, I mean, even though Gerald was like my guy, and we all hung out together, but I was, probably the closest with Mark. And I was always at his house, like, because in high school, whatever after high school, I worked at the radio station. And I
Mm-hmm.
worked overnights, and I used to be like, well, I can't come in tonight because I got to go to the studio. And we'd be at Mark's house kicking it. You know what I'm saying? But
Mm-hmm.
the I think you're trying to say is the impact of their death on me. Basically, is what you want to know.
Yeah, basically, yeah. I was trying to say it without you know what
I'm
I'm
just
trying to
be
say.
honest with you. Like when Gerald passed away, it knocked me off my feet. The day it happened, it was everything that could have happened was just going wrong, man. It was like the day was just it was abnormal when I woke up. When I woke up, I just felt funny, like thinking back to it, and I left, and I was staying at my brother's house in Cleveland, and he had to go to work, so his girl was taking me to the rental car place to get a car, and I'm in
Mm-hmm.
her car, and her car just kept moving left, kept moving. I said, "Something going on with her." She said, "Ain't nothing wrong with my car. It's your fat ass. That's what's wrong with it, right?" So. My homegirl that was helping me hooking me up with the rental car, she wanted me to go get her some donuts, and it just was an uneasy feeling. Like, so I went and got her donuts because she take care of us with the cars.
Mm-hmm.
And I get back on my way there, my guy calling me. He said, "Hey man, Ronnie Knight." He said, "Man, I heard Gerald just died." I was like, "Man, get that off my phone with that garbage, man. Who you hear that shit from?" Then as soon as he hung up, Joe Little from the Rude Boys called me screaming and hollering, "Man, we lost G." I was like, "What? We lost G." Man, I was like, I really didn't know how to react or what to do. I got in my rental car and I just was driving, and I didn't sleep for like 2 weeks, and they like the doctors gave me some, I don't think it was Xanax or something like that, and I didn't like the way that made me feel. It didn't work, and so when Sean came around, one of my guys in Atlanta, somebody called me again. Hey man, hey, man, you heard from Sean? Because there's some stuff going on. You hear the stuff in the news or whatever.
Right,
You,
right, right.
you heard what's going on with Sean, man? Everything all right? I said, oh shit, I don't know, man. So I called his wife and I was like, Angie, what's good, babe? It was late too, probably like
Mm-hmm.
1 in the morning when he called me, and I was like, oh shit. Normally people call you that late at night with stuff like that, you like.
Right.
So I called. I was like, Angie, I don't mean to call you so late, but is everything okay? And she was like, no. And I was like, I just dropped to my knees because I knew what it was, and I was out of it. My wife took the phone, and it was confirmed that they both were gone. So I mean, I had gotten so close with Sean after Gerald had died. I mean, it was just, I ain't gonna lie, that shit knocked me off my feet. And, it keep happening. And
Right.
my grandmother told me, she said, "Baby, if you keep living, it's gonna keep happening."
Yeah.
So I'm grateful to be here. You know, there have been some challenges in my life where I might not have made it. You know, maybe I shouldn't, but I am for whatever reason, and this is probably part of the culmination of what it is to be. We got a mission. We had a job to do. You know, to bring respectability back to music, to be an example for young black men, not only our sons, but men outside of our families that depend on who we are. And it's on us to be an example, you know, whatever the sacrifice might be for being examples. I feel like that's probably what we're supposed to be doing is being examples, you know, and hopefully we'll lead people down the right path. And I think we're on a good start so far.
Oh, absolutely. I think I not I think so. I definitely know so. You guys are definitely role models, which leads me to my next question. That you can answer, Jason, for me
He
on
got the
the
next
morning show.
four.
Say that again.
He got the next four.
Oh, okay. Excuse you, David. This is my shit.
David.
Excuse me. I, Jason, I feel your pain, bro. I feel your pain. I see it. I see it. I see it.
Stop the cap.
So, Jason, which leads me to my next question. You were dropped down, and then we re-asked you the question on our earlier show about the stigma of what you're supposed to look like in show business. Was there any pressure or any intimidation on looking a
Yeah, I mean
certain
that's
way while
something
you
that
Here we go again.
your
Man, you
thing
need
is?
a new guy. You need a new damn Wi-Fi, dude.
believe it or not, there really wasn't that much pressure on me. It really wasn't. Um, there is probably more so now, but believe it or not, the pressure really came in gospel music. When I became a solo artist for gospel music, I
Mm-hmm.
had a very prominent, and I will not say their name. I had a very prominent somebody that I love dearly, that I I thought we were really cool. And I had them look me in my face when I asked them. I said, "Well, hey, I know you got this venture you're doing. I know you got this label, and I want to be a part, man. Is there any room for me?" Uh, and I was really scraping. I was struggling to find my place in music. I was panicking. I didn't know. I wasn't really paying attention to whatever God was doing in my life. I was trying to put it together myself. So I was in panic mode. And so I
Mm-hmm.
asked this person. I said, "You think you got room for me at the label?" And this person looked me in my eyes. I'll never forget it. And told me, "You know what? You know what? You know what? I don't think be a good business decision for me to sign you." Like said this to me in my face.
Wow.
What do you mean when you say business decision? Well, image and really.
Mm-mm.
Okay. Okay. So in gospel music, I think it's very much more prevalent uh, look, and especially now, you got to be a certain age, you got to look a certain way, you got to wear a certain thing, and I worried about that for a long time. I don't anymore. What God has for me and Dave is for me and Dave. What God has for somebody else is for somebody else. The Bible
Mm.
says that promotion does not come from the east or the west, but it comes from God. Ain't
Yes.
nobody put you in a position or take you out of a position that God has already ordained you. It don't even matter.